Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source, News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The picture that you see presently on the screen is of a Jamaican man. The typical Jamaican man that is always on social media. Posing up for likely takers of the fishy type. Well, people, it seems as if, by some means or how, he got introduced to a very powerful man that lives in Antigua. His name is Assat Michaels. He is a powerful politician. He dibbles and dabbles in legitimate business, very rich man. He is also involved in the smuggling of cocoa, the smuggling of weed. He is also one of those persons that go to different islands, including Jamaica, and he gets football players, sports youths, and he brings them to Antigua, and he lets them see a very good time. However, his intention, his ulterior motive, is to jump over their fence, to touch them up, rete, lele, blue, blah, blang. That was not the case of the picture of the man that I showed you. He voluntarily left from Jamaica, went to Antigua to stay with this man, to have a good, grand, fishy time with this man. However, it seems as if on his last rendezvous, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, because it seems as if after he had left, an ex-fish that lives in Antigua also came by after that man left, and he did something very bad to the man, Mr. Assat Michaels. He pretty much juke him up, took him away in a very brutal way, what they call a crime of passion. So if you look at your screen, this is our next man. This man is said to have been the suspect that actually took away that very powerful politician. His name is Francis, 27-year-old. Based on the information, it is said that his vehicle was on the premises on that unfaithful day in which Mr. Michaels lost his life. So people, just to put things into context, the Jamaican man, the first picture that I showed you, he was at the house. The maid said when she was working, that was the last person she saw in the company of Mr. Michaels. He was there being the female. They were having a grand time. It is said that after Mr. Michaels lost his life, that Jamaican, in the first picture, he tried to run away from the situation, because I guess he did not want to be asked any sorts of question. What type of relationship are you in with this man being an ex-man? So therefore he tried to go back to Jamaica. However, they held him at the airport based on the information from the helper. After doing further investigation, the Popo found the suspect whose vehicle was actually on property. It seems as if that suspect got in his fishy feelings and thought that Mr. Michaels was cheating with him after many promises that were made that he's going to do this and do that, horse DEAD and cow fat. Those were not delivered, meaning the promises, and it seems as if he went there and he was furious. Some sorts of misunderstanding, some sorts of argument. Let's say that Mr. Michaels got the bitter end of the STICK. He was left in a pool of his own, BLOOD. Look like Chucky and them passed through. Now people, like me say, this man has a reputation. A lot of persons in Antigua, because of his power, because of his political influence, are going to say, yes, he's a good man. But like I told you before, based on information that I've gotten from persons that live there in a politics that is close to the situation, this man bring up young youths. Him try to jump over them fence. Him set up all sorts of ORGY with girls and boys. And then when the boys do the girls, him want do the boys, him want touch them up. Rete, lele, blue, blah, blang. He is also involved in the smuggling. He would let Jamaican people bring up all sorts of weed. When the weed is sold and these people are supposed to get their portion, he would then set up the po on them. It is even said two of the soldiers that work on his premises caught him in some sorts of compromising position with some sorts of fish, and him decided to pie them up. He then forced them, because of the power that he had, to say that they were playing with the tool, and the tool went off and both of them got shot. It is said that this man even got purses KILLED by the popo whenever people start to expose him. So you see why the Jamaican fish, when he realized what had taken place, tried to escape, run from the scene of the crime, run from the country, he was held at the airport and he was said to be the suspect, based on the fact that the helper told the popo that he was the last person that she saw with Mr. Michaels. However, this other person, and based on the scene of the crime that I told you about, BLOODY, it was a crime of passion. And you know, whenever these fishes get in their feelings, they are of the gully type, fighter fish syndrome. So therefore, they are going to take it to the fullest extent. At the end of the day, based on what they are saying, this man, meaning Mr. Fish, suspect, he confessed to everything, but people, don't be surprised. Like I tell you, this man had a whole bunch of power when he was alive, and even when he was DEAD, these people might have been framing somebody else. And I am not saying that this man is not the suspect because he actually confessed, but did he confess under duress? Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called, this is the difference with how countries that are serious about crime deals with their corrupted politician. I am speaking about an individual, his name is Mr. Balsatar Nganga. He is a politician for Equatorial New Guinea. He was charged, alleged of fraud, and he was arrested. While he was being arrested, his premises was searched, and they found at least 400 separate incidents of this politician having sex with members of parliament, church people, influential people. Most of the friends that he had, wives, his kids, friends, any and everybody, he was pretty much FUCKING the whole country without any sorts of Vaseline or lubricants. And remember, the reason why they went to his house is because he was charged for fraud. Well, people, I want you to take a look at a video when the investigators Popo went by Parliament, took him to court and took him out in a handcuff, shackles and chain, just like the thief that he is. Take a listen, take a look.
Why should they do this? Because you're not a criminal. Huh?
So people, like I said, he was originally under investigation for fraud. The fraud case brought them to the house. They were surprised by the amount of videotape. They thought that this man was in the PORN industry. Based on the amount of victim or satisfied customer, depending on who you ask. He went to court, and this was a videotape, probably in a parliament or in a court. How he was shackled in and then shackled out, treated just like a common criminal. And people, remember, this is not like one of those incidents in Jamaica wherein SSL thief, billions, trillions of dollars been stolen by politicians, JLP and PNP, a history of decades of thievery. How many times have we ever seen any sorts of politician, even if them get questioned, even if them under some sorts of commission of integrity, whatever them call it, it is all just question, wasted session. However, nothing never happens. Nobody gets arrested, and even if they get arrested and it goes to court, they are going to beat it on some sorts of technicality. The system is going to fumble the ball, coincidentally, for these criminal elements. So it just shows you how serious these people are. This man is just charged for fraud, not billions, not millions, not hundreds of millions as in Jamaica, a little country. But these people can walk free, scot-free, as if they did not do anything. And what is even worse, even when they are under investigation, as in the case of Mrs. Dalrymple, the Speaker of the House, or former Speaker of the House, them lay in the cut for a little while, make it cool down, and them come back. They are always rotated, the same criminals in a different position. It shows you the difference of when you are serious and when you are not serious. Equatorial New Guinea is very serious. Jamaica, the polar opposite. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a post that I saw on social media in a news and in a real life, in which it is said that 2 bags of cash fell from beryllium security vehicle. Police probe is launched. Now, people, to be human is to make error. However, it seems as if these criminal elements in Jamaica, including persons that work with security companies such as beryllium, is either them fully dunce or them fully thief, or even both. Them fully thief and fully dunce. Because when I listen to stories like these or I see posts like these, I have to say to myself, then hold on a minute. What kind of truck them a carry them people money in? Based on the latest beryllium truck that they revamped the whole company, them look like fairly new truck in the 2020 something kind of truck up to the time truck. So most of these places or vehicles have security device in which if the door is open ajar, it's going to make some sorts of signal. As a matter of fact, some of these Brinks trucks, or what you want to call them, the vehicle can't move unless the door is safely locked, meaning external and also internal. Double locking device so that situation like these can't happen, won't happen, will never happen, have never happened. Well, people, I am not going to say that it has never happened, but me just say 2024, these new truck, more than likely the truck can't move if it is not locked. Protocol, check internally, check externally that the doors are not left open, not cracked, fully locked, fully sealed. So therefore the people and money now got roll out conveniently. When I see stuff like this, I'm said to myself, then hold on a minute, which part the money come from, which door open, the back door or the side door? Because for what I know, and I am not an expert, I am not saying both cannot be open and money cannot be taken from both the back and the side, the back side. Me not really know the specifics of the truck in which the money fell from, if it's even one of the older truck. It makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So this money, it just drop out and it disappear in a thin air. And the driver and the rest and his co-worker were not aware of anything until them reach back at the Brinks or beryllium headquarters. People, me no know the specifics, me no know the details. If I was a betting man and I do not know for sure, don't have any sorts of evidence to substantiate the claim that something in a something, some sorts of internal thing are going. Don't know. But if I was a betting man and I have my last $100 and I go bet say somebody knows something, some sorts of fishy stuff are going, I would bet for that. If me lose, but I doubt it very much. I would feel very confident in my bets. So people, me just say, something sound very right. All sorts of protocols should have been followed. And if you don't follow protocols and the people and money roll out, drop out, flip out, whatever the case, then you should be held responsible. These people should be held under very serious investigation. As a matter of fact, they should never work for any other security company based on just this one error or intentional. people, it makes no sorts of sense. But what these people have realized, whenever you do any sorts of crime in Jamaica, high crimes or low crimes, more than likely you are not going to get charged. You are going to get a slap on the wrist. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Crime Time News. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.